Hey boo, welcome in if you are new, and if not, what it do? I am Miss Jordy. Y'all, today I'm so excited to be back here because we need to talk about RQ Hartford. We're gonna open my Riot Games Unleashed box that I got in the mail. I'm only gonna open half of the box though because the other half I'm gonna save, and let's get into it. Where do I even begin? This event is, like I said, my second RQ that I've been to for Riftbound. And I freaking love this game. I'm not gonna lie. So at this event, I did not spend as much time playing as I did in Atlanta. I was actually trying to do my best to get something to go home with, specifically like a metal card in Atlanta, which obviously, if you know, it was a big fail. So actually, if you've never watched one of my openings before, I like to mix the packs up just in case the hits are on one side or the other. So I'm gonna kind of mix it up a little. Okay, so my primary goal for this event was honestly just to try my best to get my name out there and meet other content creators that were also in this space, and I would 100% say that that mission was very muchly accomplished. I'm so happy and grateful for this community, and my first shout out of this video definitely has to go to the queen bee herself, Diana. She is the community and influencer manager, but she is absolutely incredible. I think the way Diana has just cultivated such a great community and also does a great job of making sure that the community is safe is really important. And so I just can't say enough about her. I think if anybody is trying to be a creator and actually, let's see what we get. First pack. Ooh, first pack, we got an order rune. Okay, that's what's up. Wait, hold on, I need to go get some sleeves. I don't even have sleeves over here with me. That's insane. First pack magic. Okay, good pick, good pick. If anyone is actively trying to be a creator in this space, I would 100% say that if you're at an event, try to reach out to Diana because she is the absolute GOAT. And I'll speak on the situation a little bit later, not in full detail about what happened to me specifically, but there was a situation with another content creator that happened. Another creator ended up telling her what happened, and she took great care of me the whole weekend after she heard what happened pretty early in the day on Friday. And so I'm just grateful that this community has a community manager that looks after her creators so closely, because some creator managers would just brush it off or sweep it under the rug, but she really is dedicated to making sure everybody has a great experience in this game. And I think that's reflective of Riot Games as a whole. So I cannot speak highly enough about Diana. So thank you, girl. But let's get into this weekend, y'all. I cosplayed with my first ever handmade cosplay for the first time. Now I put it together in 2 weeks. I don't know how to sew all of the things. As a matter of fact, the morning of Saturday when I actually cosplayed, I ripped the back of the dress. I cosplayed as the one, the only, the queen bee, Mel Medarda. I love Mel. Like, words cannot even begin to describe. I need this mutated Mauser. Words cannot even begin to describe how much I love Mel. I play her specifically in League of Legends, mostly as a support, which might be a little toxic, but you know, it is what it is. But I love her. She's just so dope. And so I cosplayed the character knowing that she might be coming to Riftbound soon, but it turns out she's actually going to literally be in the next set. And so I am so stoked. This is the official waiting room for Mel Medarda as of literally like this weekend. So I am very excited to see her. Oh my gosh, and a Valma? Whoa, I got a Valma. Shut up. This is crazy. First Valma pool. Oh my gosh. Okay. Wow, the pack's kind of hot. I'm not gonna lie, the pack is kind of hot. But I wanted to share with you all the first knowledge and thoughts of my cosplay plans for the future with RQ Qualifiers, just because I had so much fun. So many people recognized my Mel cosplay. They took pictures with me, but I'm so grateful again just that the community sees how saw my hard work, and it was just so nice. It was so cool. So I'm very excited. So future plans. As some of you probably know, Mel is the richest person in Piltover. That's her lore in Arcane, right? And so my plan for Mel is to cosplay her at every RQ. I don't know if I want to make the dresses in the future. I want to continue to rework the one dress I have because I actually really like the fit of the dress. But I think what I want to do is I want to cosplay her for all 3 days of events moving forward in all 3 of her skins, including the ones in League. And whatever skin they have her in Vendetta for set 4. But I mean, oh my gosh, I'm so excited because she's just stunning. And apparently Ambessa is also going to be coming into the game. And I'm just like, oh my gosh, I'm immediately playing Mel. So if anybody wants to know what deck I'm planning to play in set 4, I will be 100% playing the Mel, okay? Mel cosplayer. And I told Alan ZQ, who I met this weekend, I was like, yo, Alan, I'm going for best of. And he's like, okay, you're going for best of? And I was like, absolutely, I'm going for best of. And so I'm gonna need all the coaching possible, friends, because so if anybody is willing to run some games with me, run some matches, the ViPack, I would be so happy if you would run games with me. Oh, a brush token. Because I am literally going to need all of the help that I can absolutely get. But mostly I'm just really excited about how this whole thing is gonna go. I think it's gonna be so fun, and I'll be cosplaying her. And because she is the richest person in Piltover, another concept that I really want to do moving forward for Mel is I want to collect gold tokens. I'm not going to say exactly what else I'm going to do, just because I have this idea and this concept in my head that I think will be so fun. But cosplay, if you're somebody who likes to cosplay, I would highly recommend, and maybe that's what I'll do throughout this video, rather than just talking about my experience, I also give advice. If you're somebody who enjoys cosplaying, I would highly suggest and highly recommend that you cosplay, because the cosplayers are shown a lot of love. They actually did like a lot of videos with the cosplayers. I personally was not in the video. Of course, I know my cosplay, I was not invited as a cosplayer, but and then the people who did cosplay, they were incredible. Their cosplays were like next level, so good, right? But yeah, cosplay, do your thing. Don't be shy. Don't be embarrassed. Like, just get your outfit together and put your cosplay on. Definitely the fellas, guys, pull out your cosplays. Y'all, I want to see y'all in your cosplays too. Don't let the girlies whoop you too bad, even though you still gonna get whooped by the girls. But definitely pull out your cosplays and show off your stuff. I want to see all the nice looking guys, every guy really, in some cosplays. For sure. So that is really how that went, and it was so cool. So definitely have a lot of plans for Mel cosplays in the future with gold tokens specifically. I won't give away too much with that, but definitely be on the lookout. And I would also suggest, if you do go to RQ in the future, if you have locals near you, I would highly recommend, or even if you don't have locals, and you can only play it on like a community ladder, like Runes and Rifts has a great community, and I watch all their streams, right? I would highly recommend that you go with friends. Like, I didn't realize some folks that really, a couple of guys I pretty much only see at pre-riff because I go to a different store. No one at my locals really goes to RQs yet, but I would highly recommend trying to go with some people, because I had the most fun all weekend when I played my first 2v2. 2v2s were so fun. If you've never done a 2v2, I would highly recommend at least try and get one time, because we played, my teammate was LeBlanc and I played Lilia, and he played the baited hook LeBlanc variant. So A little different, obviously, than the Death Nail version. But the fact that he had such big units literally saved the day so much. So I'm just pumping up his units, trying to get them to be big over our Annie LeBlanc matchup. And it was so fun. It was such a good time. I cannot speak highly enough about going and playing 2v2. I freaking enjoyed 2v2. I think that was one of the highlights of the weekend for me personally. Definitely playing 2v2. Oh, Yumi. I don't have a lot of Yumis. I would love to make a deck with Yumi work. So cute. And another Vi. So I would love to be able to go with more friends from locals and just connect with them. One thing I know I haven't done a good job, if you go with friends, is try to make plans maybe after the event. I know most people are pretty tired by the end of the event, but I think that personal time outside of the competition window is also a lot of fun. So if you have time to do that with other people, I would highly recommend that you do that. I personally didn't do a lot of that just because by the end of the evening, like, my social battery was on E. So I was like, okay, get me back to my room right now, stat. But everybody's different. So I also would recommend, if you can, try to put yourself out there to meet new people, especially people you might see online. Whether that's online on Discord, or if you're like me, and I'm on like X and mostly Instagram posting, I would highly recommend try to remember the faces of the people that you connected with on social. Personally, I am not the best with remembering people's names, but I usually can pick up on people's faces. And so I'm super grateful to the people who like walked up to me and like, oh, you're Jordy, and like they recognized my face and they would speak and everything, or maybe they didn't. But one thing I did realize too is, if you're a creator specifically, but honestly anybody in the community could take this advice, I would actually highly recommend getting on Twitter. I am not a Twitter fan personally, but the community is all on Twitter. Unfortunately, they are all on Twitter, or X if you're Gen Z. X is where the community is at, and unfortunately you just have to be on there. Like, that's just the reality. Like, I resurfaced my X account on the Thursday before I went to the venue, and I'm so happy I did that, because honestly a lot of people found me because of resurfacing that account. And if I hadn't done that, I think I would have probably missed out on a lot of interactions with people. And even still, I feel like I'm catching up a bit, because it does seem like they have a little community there. But everybody, even on X, is like really welcoming. Like, the Riftbound community is not like any other community I've been in where people are kind of like closed off and not really cool and stuff. I would definitely suggest, oh, the Rengar. Okay. Nidalee and Rengar. Nice. I would definitely suggest just trying to get back on X, because the creator friends are so dope. Specifically, I have to give a shout out to Steph from Response on Play. She was so sweet. Everybody I met obviously this weekend was amazing. Glitch Goober, I loved her activation. Glitch Goober had like one of my favorite activations of the weekend. But Steph on Play for sure. And I'm not even going to go into the details, but she has a friend for life in me at any events, at anything, just because we all need a Steph in our life. Like, we seriously do. And that girl did something that some people I know all my life have never done for me. So I literally feel like we all need a Steph. Follow Response on Play. They're amazing. And they're doing great work in the space, testing and making sure Riftbound looks good before it gets into our hands. So I would highly recommend y'all follow Response on Play if you don't already and you're watching this video. And in addition to that, don't just meet people who have followings and social media, or like the top players and stuff. Try to put yourself out there to meet other community members. So my content plan for this weekend was actually to do like interviews within the community and post some of them during the event, but also post some after the event, which I know you've probably been seeing. I definitely just wanted to make sure that, hey, like, I'm not only talking to like the content creators in this space, I'm also talking to people who are in the community, whether they're not on Twitter, whether they all are on Twitter, whether they cosplay, whether they just play the game. Like, all of that is really important, because that's another way of just encouraging people to come back and like to know that, hey, this community is welcoming. We can talk to people, we can be honest with people, we can be respectful. Though I think at the end of the day, if nothing else, like, you have to respect one another. Oh, I got the ring guard. I don't know if I had pulled ring guard before. That's pretty cool. And so, you just wanna show respect to the other community members, because yes, oh snap, that's the altar Rengar. No way, let's go, man. My friend's looking for this one. I think I'll have to give it to him. I don't know if I'll give it to him, but he can trade me for something. Oh snap, we got the alt art Rengar. Let's go. What a beauty it is. Like, hold on, actually I might have to hold on to this one, because this is my first Rengar pool, but actually I play Fiora, so may have to put it in the Fiora deck just in case. You never know. Let's go. Altar Rengar. Very nice. Sweet. Don't just talk to people who you can feel like you get clout off of. I think that, like, my whole thing is being cliquey is not cool. I'm not a cliquey person. I'm definitely somebody who will talk to anybody and everybody if you want to talk. Because again, at the event, I got a ton of no's also. Like, a lot of people told me no about stuff, and they're like, yeah, no, I'm not really that interested in doing this interview, or I don't really feel like talking, or I just want to focus, or whatever it might be. And that's perfectly fine. People are well within their rights to do that. But I also think sometimes when you are a creator at the event, sometimes you feel like, oh, well, the more I talk to the people with followings or the best records or whatever else, that's going to like elevate my status. When in reality, networking across is the best way to do it, rather than networking up. And I think people forget that sometimes. So one thing that I'm always going to do is I'm always going to be cool with whoever I can be. I'm going to have to start a second stack for the uncommons, just because they be driving me crazy being so fat. But yeah, I mean, it's just interesting. It was a good event. I enjoyed it every second of it. The 2v2 was a big deal. Cosplaying at the event was huge for me. And I would 120% run this Riftbound event back. Like, I love this game. I feel like I haven't really shared my Riftbound lore on the channel. So maybe I have to open another box and do like a Riftbound lore video. How I got into it. I guess I do have how I got into Riftbound on my shorts. But I know some people may not watch shorts. So yeah, I mean, ooh, I pulled another LeBlanc. Let's go. Very nice. Okay. But I know some people may or may not watch shorts, so I do have to be considerate of that. But yeah, I have so many ideas for the channel walking away. But I also have ideas and takeaways for anybody who is going to the event specifically and looking to have a better experience or whatever. First of all, I guess it kind of goes back into what I've already been saying, is that there are really like opportunities for everyone. I love that Riftbound has encouraged us to sort of, hey, think of activation. What can you do at the event to make it special for the community? How can the community, remember you or anything like that? Like, and I didn't think about doing that here, but I was like, oh, I can at least use my platform to give people a voice to say their opinions and say something funny or whatever. But now I also think, okay, how can I do like a creative activation, a freebie, and I'm learning that through K-pop concerts, because I like K-pop too. Hey, give some people freebies. If it doesn't cost too much, don't break the bank, obviously. Try to just give people stuff just because you want to. But how can I combine being in the Riftbound community with also like getting people to know me at the same time too? Like, hey, if you answer my questions, I'm gonna do. But also, like, I think there's something special in the artwork. People seem to really like the custom art. One girl, Bamboo Jelly, she did custom pins. Like, she was literally making buttons on site, which is like, if you know anything about button making, that joint is not easy. So kudos to her for doing that. But trying to come up with original activations that can get people excited about Riftbound. And so that made me stretch and want to figure out what opportunities I can do in the space like that. Rather than, because I'm definitely not going to be somebody who is probably going to be able to educate people on how to play the game, as this is my first TCG, other than documenting my competitive process, especially as Mel comes out. But what I will say is, put yourself out there as often as you can, because that's what's going to separate you and distinguish you from everybody else, because everybody is trying to make content in Riftbound right now, just because Riftbound is new, right? So how are you going to distinguish yourself and set yourself apart, but at the same time, it's not a competition. So be inviting, be welcoming to others. Don't allow yourself to be so caught up in trying to separate yourself that you also don't invite and be welcoming. Like, cliquey is the word I use. Like, don't be cliquey. Like, it's one thing to have friends, but like, don't be cliquey. I think that should be the motto, for real. Don't be cliquey. And also, just don't underestimate your own creativity, right? And don't measure your creativity up against someone else's, because other people are really good at art. Other people are good at interviews. Other people are good at different things, but you also have a set of talents, a set of skills that you were blessed with. And so you have to use those talents and those skills. Oh my gosh, the Sprite Fountain. Yes, I love this card. And do what you can to make content in a special way. So, oh my gosh, I was hoping it would be an Altar Blue Lilia. Oh my gosh, another regular art. Oh no. Hextech Gauntlet is also a hit, technically. It is technically a hit. But yeah, don't measure your creativity up against someone else's. Just be yourself. Allow your own creativity to shine, especially as a creator, as an individual, whoever. And also just be a kind person, man. I cannot say that enough. Be kind. Be kind. Okay? Because like I was talking about earlier, something happened and Diana, took care of me the rest of the way after the situation. But like, literally be kind, because don't be stupid. Like, I just think people think it's a privilege, it's a right to be in certain positions and certain situations and everything. But honestly, like, stay humble, stay hungry. Don't be cutting up and acting a fool, because like, don't be doing that type of stuff, especially around mixed company. That's the weird part. But I'm talking in coded language for a very specific reason, because the situation was with another content creator that made a remark that was seemed a little racially charged, in my humble opinion. But we move, we're kinder, we rise above, okay? When they go low, we go high. But don't allow the stupidity and the foolishness to throw you off. Never do that. Stay humble, stay gracious, and stay hungry, because I think that these opportunities don't come often, and there's a lot of people. Ooh, Poppy Sig. Okay, come on, Poppy signature spell. Fancy. Nice. And so, stay humble, stay hardworking, and that's truly what I believe. That's my motto. That's what I'm about to be doing in Riftbound. And I gotta step my game up. I'm definitely excited that people are starting to recognize me as the male cosplayer, but I gotta hold that title, because some people may come in and try to cosplay her as well, and I want to definitely be recognized as the male that creates content in Riftbound and also plays the game. So I think that's pretty cool. But the last thing I wanted to show y'all while we're talking is that I did actually get a Riot buff this weekend, and so I won't say who it was from, but I'm extremely grateful for this. This is humbling for sure, and this is why I feel so hungry to work harder, because the fact that a Rioter would recognize not only how much I love this game, but also that I belong in this space as well means a lot to me. So I'm just, I'm grateful, and I'm ready to stay hungry, ready to stay hardworking, and push myself past what I've done before. So stay on the lookout. Step 4 content. Step 4 content is about to be coming. I didn't vlog at the event. I did vlog in Atlanta. I think I wasn't crazy about the city of Hartford overall, to be honest. I don't know how I feel about Hartford more broadly, but that's a whole nother video. Maybe that's like tea for, maybe honestly that might be tea for members once I get memberships on this channel. But anyways, y'all, these are the pulls today. Again, I have another half of this booster box for my next video. Rengar Trophy Hunter alt art, very sick. My first Vile Mall pool, I traded for one, and then I also bought one at my local card store, and this card is just sick. My second order rune, very willing to trade somebody off for this one, because even though I might keep the yellow. I don't know, I'm not as much of a fan of these yellow runes as these order runes as I am the cherry blossom ones, which I still need to get a lot of those. Vi signature spell, Hextech gauntlet, and Poppy Sig. Very cool. This one's very dope. And that's it. So thank you so much for watching this video and listening to my thoughts about the event. It was such a humbling, gracious experience. I will definitely be in LA for sure, because I just love going to these events. I love this game so much, and I really do want to play in set 4 as Mel and possibly compete. Who knows? We'll see what happens, right? I got to get a little better before I do that though. So if you enjoyed this video, consider subscribing to my channel, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.